So what's going on, people? Welcome to another video on the channel, another video on Apex Legends. So in today's Apex Legends video, we're actually going to be doing a Apex Legends ability stat sheet. So in this ability stat sheet, we're actually going to be going through every single Legends abilities, one by one, going through what the effects are, what the duration is, what the charge time is, what the cooldown is, and all those type of things. So that means you get to know what characters are best for you and what characters you're getting into, and to, see what they're like. So I hope you guys enjoy. Remember to like, subscribe, and let's get straight into it. So if we go alphabetically, and we'll start off with Bangalore. So Bangalore's passive ability has the effect of a 25% movement speed increase when you're hit. And the passive ability duration is for 2 seconds each time you're hit. Now for the tactical ability, the effect of this is smoke grenades. So they have 2 charges each time. The duration is 15 seconds per smoke grenade. The cooldown per smoke grenade is 33 seconds. And the damage that you can do with the smoke grenades is 10 damage. So Bangalore's ultimate ability is a artillery strike, which deals a lot of damage, but the charge time for the artillery strike is 270 seconds. The damage for the ultimate is 40, so that's every single artillery shell that actually gets dropped down does 40 damage. The shell shock time is 8 seconds, which is a concussion after the hit. The duration of the ability is 5 seconds. It's a very short one for how long it goes on for, and the fire delay after the flare is 2 seconds. So after you throw the grenade, the shells start to drop down after 2 seconds, and the detonation time for each of the shells is 8 seconds. So now if we move on to Bloodhound. So Bloodhound's passive ability allows you to detect clues which last for 60 seconds. Now these clues can come from a mass amount of things. I'm not going to go over every single one of them, only going to go over quite a bit of them. So any enemy that uses a door, destroys a door, a class deployable type of thing, you go for a kill, death, you go for any type of heal, wraith ability, smoke, gas, anything that allows movement interaction allows Bloodhound to see these type of clues. Now Bloodhound's tactical ability allows a brief reveal of hidden enemies, traps, and clues throughout structures in front of your field of view. So the cooldown for this ability is 35 seconds. His ultimate ability, though, allows the 25% increase in speed, and it also highlights enemies and clearly shows footsteps of your enemies as well. Now the charge time for this is 180 seconds, so 3 minutes, and the duration for this is 35 seconds. Now if we move on to Caustic, so Caustic's passive ability allows him to see enemies through his Nova Gas. Now if we go on to his tactical ability, which allows him to drop traps which release the Nova Gas when enemies are close to its proximity. So these traps do have limits, so he can only hold up to 3 traps. But he can deploy up to 6 traps. And now the Nova Gas duration is 12.5 seconds, and the cooldown for all of these are 30 seconds each. Now the detection radius is 125, I'm going to guess that is in meters and a bit, or foot. I don't know what metric system it actually uses in this one. I am using a website for these type of things. And the Nova Gas radius is 256. But the thing about the deployable traps is that they can be destroyed if you shoot the bottom where it's got the red line or the metal part right at the bottom of the traps. They actually can get destroyed through that way. So always keep a lookout when you maybe check around corners at times. The best thing when you've got a Bloodhound, it can detect Caustic's type of things. Now for Caustic's ultimate ability, it allows you to have a throwable Nova Gas, which the ultimate does have a charge time of 150 seconds. It lasts for 20 seconds, and the radius for this is 500, so I'm going to guess that's 500 feet or yards or whichever metric system is in Apex Legends. I forgot, I haven't played it in a couple of minutes. So our last thing about Caustic is about the Nova Gas. So the effect of the Nova Gas obscures vision and disables sprinting. So this is a effect which lasts throughout any of the abilities, and the fact that Caustic can see enemies through this, it allows him to use weapons and utilize some of the better weapons, let's just say that. So now if we move on to Gibraltar. So Gibraltar's passive ability allows him to deploy a gun shield which blocks up to 100 damage. Now as a side note, the gun shield can be deactivated and activated, which it actually shows the hint button which shows up on your screen. So remember to use this when you actually don't have to use it at times. So Gibraltar's tactical ability allows him to drop a dome shield. Now the dome shield can't get destroyed, but it does last for 15 seconds, and the cooldown for the dome shield is 20 seconds, but that is after the shield has expired. So Gibraltar's ultimate ability allows him to also drop in a mortar strike, same as Bangalore's, but the one thing you got to remember about these ultimate abilities is that you can die from these ones yourself. So the charge time for Gibraltar's is 270 seconds, the damage per shell is the same, 40 damage. The shell shock effect is 4 seconds, which is, I think it's less. It is half the time in less. The duration is for 8 seconds. The fire delay after flare is also 2 seconds. And the radius for this is 1024. So now we're at Lifeline, and Lifeline's passive ability is to revive and use meds and shield consumables 25% faster than other players. Now her tactical ability allows you to deploy a heal drone, which heals nearby players, but the one thing you gotta look out for the heal drone is that enemies can use this as well. Now the heals per second is 5 heals per second, and the duration is 20 seconds. The cooldown for the heal drone is 60 seconds. Now the ultimate ability allows you to drop a care package which has high quality defensive gear. So this includes armor, it includes backpacks, and it can include medical consumables. Now the charge time for Lifeline is the longest one. It is 360 seconds, and the land time is 15 seconds. So now if we move on to Mirage, so Mirage's passive ability is to automatically drop a decoy and cloak himself when he goes down. Now the duration for this is only 5 seconds, but it's a nifty ability to actually have. His tactical ability allows him to send out a decoy to confuse enemies, and this also allows enemy locations to be revealed when they shoot at the decoy. Now the duration for the tactical ability is 15 seconds, and the cooldown is also 15 seconds. So Mirage's ultimate ability is a little bit of a rubbish one. It allows him to deploy a team of decoys to distract enemies while himself is cloaked. So the charge time for this is 150 seconds, the decoy amount is only 5, and the duration is only 5 seconds. So the reason why people think that this is going to be probably buffed quite a bit is that you can't use weapons, items, or throwable abilities or anything like that whilst you're cloaked, and people kind of guess that you've just used the ability because 5 of Mirage just deploy out. They don't go that far really either, so you're not going to hide that well. So now for our second to last character, this is Pathfinder. So Pathfinder's passive ability is to allow him to scan survey beacons to allow him to reveal the next ring location. So the scan time for this is 7 seconds, or just under 7 seconds. Let's just say 7 seconds to make it easier. So the scan time is 7 seconds. The tactical ability for Pathfinder is to allow him to grapple to different locations. This doesn't mean a zipline, it just means a handheld grapple. So the maximum distance that you can go is 850, and his cooldown for this is 15 seconds. Now his ultimate ability allows him to set up a zipline for everybody to use, so this includes enemies as well. His charge time for this is 90 seconds, his minimum distance is 350, and his max distance is 10,000. So you know that's quite a big step up to his tactical ability. Now the last one we're going to go over is WRAITH. So WRAITH's passive ability allows her to hear voices which warn incoming danger. So the triggers to this could be a variety of things. It could be hostiles, it could be advancing, it could be withdrawing, chasing, being watched, ping, you know, kill zone, grenades, anything like that allows her to hear these voices. So there is a delay to this, so it does have a 6-second delay to warn teammates. And the cooldown for the passive ability is 10 seconds for any of these type of things happening. So her tactical ability allows her to reposition quickly through a safety void space type of thing. It allows her to not take any damage. So the duration for this is 3 seconds and the cooldown for this is 15 seconds. So little bonuses towards this tactical ability is that wraiths can see each other whilst they use it, as long as they're in the same, you know, space. And while this ability is active, you actually do leave behind a blue line, so people can track you. It's not the best one, but it's a nice way of just getting away quite fast. Now her ultimate ability allows her to link 2 connections with a portal, so these portals can be used by enemies, but whilst Wraith is using this ultimate ability, she has a 25% movement speed increase before she places the last portal. So the charge time for this is 150 seconds, the portal duration which it lasts for is 60 seconds. So that is all of the abilities for all of the legends so far that are in the game. I hope you guys enjoy. Remember to like, subscribe. I will leave a link to the sheet that I've got. I just noticed that nobody has used this. I found this on Reddit somewhere, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Remember to like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, so peace out.
Any ideas?